Hello class, Dr. Red, how are you guys doing today? We're back here at the fire station. We're going to give a demonstration on the Holmatro 4150 extrication tool. We're just going to do a once over on kind of how it works, the battery power on it, and we'll talk a little bit about how we use it, what we use it for, a little bit of the prep work. We're not going to do any cutting of cars, but we are going to talk a little bit about some of the procedures that we go through. And we're going to show you the tool and kind of some of the operational functions of that tool, also known as the jaws of life. So here's our toolbox, engine 6, and if you follow me, we're going to come right around here to the other side and open the compartment. So right here, this is our extrication compartment. So if there's a car wreck, what we're going to do, and if people can't get out of the vehicles, then we're going to cut the car open. So probably everyone's heard of the jaws of life. So this is what it is. So we've got other things in here, traffic cones. We've got chocks because we need to make sure the vehicle is stabilized before we start working on it. A few other tools and items in here, but we're going to just specifically talk about the Holmatro 4150 extrication tool. It's a combination tool. Let me pull it out for you. Okay, this beauty here has opened up a lot of cars. This particular piece of equipment is about 12 years old. Okay, and we've been using it for quite a while. A few years back, we did a conversion kit on it. It used to be hydraulic, and we used to be tied in with the hydraulic lines. We had a gas-powered pump. And recently, we converted over to this electrical battery-powered system. We do have batteries. They're rechargeable, okay? So, the way this piece of equipment works, well, let's talk a little bit about it first. I've got some specs here that I pulled off the Holmatro website. So, it weighs, as I said, it's 43.2 pounds. It's both a spreader and a cutter. Okay, so it does a couple different things for us, hence the name combination tool or combi tool. So the spread force is 43,435 foot-pounds. The cutting force is 85,427 pound-feet. Working pressure is 10,443 pounds per square inch. So for the spreading, I explained it spreads. The spreading distance, it goes 14.2 inches. And the cutting width, how thick it can cut, is about 9 inches. That's the maximum we can cut. Now, if it's a thick piece of material, it's not going to cut that thick, but that's the optimum that we can do. And again, this is from the Holmatro owner's manual for the machine. So we're going to go over some of the operations of it. Comes with LED lights in the handle. This one here, last time we used it broke. So we're waiting on some new LED lights to help light up the vehicle in case it's nighttime and we're down over a cliff or something like that. Okay, it's got a power button. See, the green light comes on. Okay, I want to make sure the battery's in place. If we want to check the battery power and the charge on it, 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. We've got all 4, so it's a fully charged lithium-ion battery. So what we're going to do, one direction closes and one opens. So that's full open, that's for the spreading feature. And this handle here is what opens and closes it. So if we go counterclockwise, it's going to close so we can pinch with the tips, or with this blade here, we can cut. This will cut metal, it'll cut car. We can take the roofs off of cars, we can cut all the posts on it, we can open doors up. We can pretty much cut a car in half with this piece of equipment right here. Open. And close. Okay, it takes a little bit of time. It is a 2-stage, so if when we're cutting or spreading, and if it gets more difficult, it's got a second stage where it creates more power. It goes a little bit slower, but a lot more force and power for getting the vehicle opened up. Okay. So what we're going to show you now is where we charge the batteries. So to remove the battery, there's this green button here. It's pretty simple. Push it up. The battery slides out. Okay. So follow me. We'll come in here. We've got a little charging shelf with a few different chargers for some of our tools. So join us. Here's our charging shelf right here. We're inside the station now. This here is a charging unit for this battery. So all we're going to do, we slide it in just the same as we would do on the tool itself. Okay? When it's a flashing green light, it's charged. So this has got a full charge on it. It's not going to charge anymore. So typically a couple hours if it's totally dead. We've got two. We've got a spare inside the compartment where the tool is stored. So if we do run out of battery on scene, we do have a second one to plug in and put in its place. So some of the other options, there are specific tools, just cutting tools, just spreading tools. There's what's called a ram that you can get also. And it just spreads. It's a big rod and it just spreads this way. That's really good for rolling dashes. So we can do a lot of the prep work with the combi tool. And then when our heavy rescue trucks, our ladder truck comes in, they have specific tools for specific things. So we can get a ram in there, we cut and do all the prep with this one, and then that ram comes in here and rolls the dash in case the dashboard comes down and is trapped across the patient's legs, and so they can't get out that way. So vehicle rollovers, T-bones, head-ons, rear ends even. Significant crashes usually where there's enough damage to the vehicle, trucks and cars usually, semis, buses. There's enough damage that the occupants aren't able to get out. Then depending on the positioning of the vehicle, we will extricate the person accordingly. So again, we can take roofs off, we can roll dashes up. The doors are pretty typical for us to take the doors off. So there's just quite a few different options. We do have other tools, but we want to talk about this tool. So this is the way it works. This is the Holmatro 4150. And again, it's 42 pounds. It's electronic. The hydraulic function of it was retrofitted, so now we've got a different power plant here and a different battery system. But if you're ever in a car crash and you can't get out, the fire department will come and use this tool to extricate you and get you to safety. So thank you, I appreciate it, and hope you guys all have a wonderful day today.